Changing the culture of an entire state agency is no easy task.
Randy Liberty did just that, though, transforming the Maine Department of Corrections, an agency once known for resisting change. Our Rob Caldwell has his story.
Randy Liberty begins his book with an unforgettable story. In December of 1971, as this photo shows, his mother took Randy and his brothers to the Maine State Prison for a Christmas party. The boys visited their father, who was serving time for a series of burglaries. Another inmate played Santa.
And I remember it very clearly. It was very industrial, very correctional, bars, slamming doors. And it was emotional. It was difficult. Your father's not around, and you visit him, and it's celebratory, and then you have to leave. And so a lot of tears and difficult times.
You had a really tough childhood on a lot of levels. Part of it was your dad, who was in and out of prison and jail constantly.
That's right. Yeah. So he did a lot of time at the Somerset County Jail, Kennebec County Jail, a lot of burglaries, some arsons, theft, that sort of things. And as a result of his behavior, we lived in poverty. We were on free hot lunch, food stamps, fuel assistance in the winter. It was difficult. It was very difficult.
The book describes what it was like living for a while in a trailer. You and your three brothers and your mom. The pipes would freeze in the winter. You had no running water.
That's right. We lived in that mobile home, I think 9 years, until my sophomore year in high school. 2 bedrooms and 5 kids, and it was challenging. In fact, when we left, we sold the trailer for $1,000.
You literally would celebrate when spring would arrive because it meant that the pipes wouldn't be frozen anymore and you'd actually have running water.
That's right. I remember one April that my mother yelled out, "The water was running," and it was cause for celebration because when you don't have water, that means you have no laundry, you have no showers, you have no toilet. It's very, very difficult. We would, go next door and with jugs of, with empty milk jugs and get water from the neighbors. It was a tough time.
There were constant worries about not having enough to eat. The family got by thanks to surplus food provided by the government.
So the National Guard would arrive with a bus, and you'd get blocks of cheese, powdered milk, powdered eggs, and molasses and flour and all of that. And so at the end of the month, often, it'd be pretty scarce.
Rob Caldwell. By the way, you can see that full story right now on our website if you look under the 207 tab. Ryan Breton has your forecast when we come back.